from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Can you guess where the least vaccinated community in Henrico County is? The answer is a bit ironic. We'll tell you coming up on today's Henrico News Minute. It's Friday, May 7th, 2021, and it's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
The Henrico community that has proven the most difficult to vaccinate is the one that sits within eyesight of the region's most successful vaccination hub, where more than 150,000 doses of vaccine have been administered so far. But that irony might not be surprising. The communities that are adjacent to the Richmond Raceway, where Henrico and Virginia Department of Health officials have been holding mass vaccination events for more than 3 months, and just this week surpassed the 150,000 vaccination mark, are among the most vulnerable in the county. Overwhelmingly, residents of Census Tract 2008.05, a 1.9 square mile area that extends from just south of Laburnum Avenue near the Raceway north to encompass the Raceway, St. Luke Apartments, and the Forest Lawn Cemetery, among other pockets of homes, are young, single, poor, and black, according to the U.S. Census American Community Survey from 2019. Now, taken separately, most of those demographics present clear challenges for health officials who are seeking to vaccinate as many people as possible, but together they create a perfect storm of vaccination resistance, even if that resistance is not entirely intentional. This is a story you'll read only on henricocitizen.com as we take a deeper look into the changing face of vaccinations and why this particular census tract is emblematic of the challenges that are now facing health officials as they try to proactively reach people for vaccinations. The tract is the only one in Henrico among 64 in total that ranks among the bottom 20% of all tracts in Henrico and Richmond for vaccinations. That's according to data from the Richmond and Henrico health districts provided to the Citizen at our request. It's likely that a combination of factors are keeping a large percentage of people in that area from getting their vaccinations. For starters, an estimated 30% aren't even eligible because they are younger than 16. About 87% of the residents of that tract are black, and the black community has had some vaccination hesitancy because of past medical mistreatment of the community throughout U.S. history. And the median age of the tract is just a little older than 28. The population of people in their 20s in Henrico who have been vaccinated so far makes up just about 10% of the total number, likely due in part to the fact that younger people tend to not have as severe outcomes if they do get COVID-19, and as a result, many have not prioritized getting vaccinated just yet. Officials hope that by ending mass vaccination events, as they are doing at the Raceway at the end of this month, May 27th, and moving to smaller community-based events that are offering walk-up opportunities, that they will be able to reach more people who may have a difficult time scheduling appointments or keeping those appointments because they have work obligations. In addition to the census tract that includes the Raceway, officials from the RHHD have flagged 11 other tracts in Henrico as areas of vaccination concern, either because they rank high in social vulnerability categories that put residents at greater risk for negative consequences from the virus or hinder their efforts to be vaccinated, or because they've experienced a higher than normal COVID-19 case burden already, or both. RHHD officials are spending time in each of those tracts in Henrico and in 27 similar ones in Richmond, working to have conversations with residents to answer their questions about the vaccine. You can read much more about this topic at henricocitizen.com by clicking on COVID-19. We have a few options to get a walk-up COVID-19 vaccination this month locally, in addition to the 6 events that are taking place at Richmond Raceway. The Richmond and Henrico Health Districts also announced yesterday that they'll begin offering walk-up vaccinations at a second site, Virginia Union University in the city's north side. Those will take place on selected days this month, beginning May 7th. Other dates are the 14th and 28th. Each day, vaccinations will be available between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. All will provide the Pfizer vaccine. Second doses will be scheduled for each group exactly 3 weeks later at the same site. For details, visit vax.rchd.com or call 205-3501. A number of new daily COVID cases in Henrico during the most recent 7-day period is at its lowest level since October 23rd of last year. The county is witnessing just 32 new confirmed cases each day, according to the Virginia Department of Health. Since reporting 81 new cases April 18th, Henrico has witnessed more than 60 cases on a single day only once. This month, new case counts have been at 34 or lower each day, except for May 1st when 54 cases were reported. The county's 7-day positivity percentage among PCR testing encounters has dropped all the way to 4.4% as of May 2nd. The rapid testing positivity percentage is a bit higher at 5.7%. Unfortunately, there were 5 new deaths related to the virus reported in Henrico during the first week of this month, along with 13 new hospitalizations. Initial unemployment claims in Henrico returned to lower levels during the most recent reporting week, following a statewide trend a week after a major spike that Virginia Employment Commission officials attributed in part to suspected fraudulent claims. A total of 275 people filed first-time claims in Henrico during the week of April 25th through May 1st, down from the 657 claims that were filed the week before in the county. Statewide, this past week, the number of first-time claims dropped by a whopping 25,000 from just about 37,500 the previous week to just more than 12,200 during the most recent week. The number of Henrico residents who filed continuing claims remained almost identical, dropping by just 7 to 1,832. If your dog or cat needs a rabies vaccine, you can get one at the Henrico County Government Center at 4301 East Parham Road on Saturday, May 15th between 9 a.m. and noon. You have to register and pay in advance at the cashier's office in the administration building. Vaccinations will take place on the first level of the adjacent parking deck. Each vaccine costs $10 and must be paid in cash. A rabies tag and certificate of inoculation are included. Cats should be in carriers. If you would like a dog license, they'll be available for $10. They are valid for the life of the animal as long as you live in Henrico. For details, you can call the Animal Protection Unit at 727-8801. Well, Central Virginia's adaptive sports club Sportable announced recently that the Abstract Athlete has been named presenting sponsor of its River City Slam. It's a wheelchair tennis tournament that will be held in Richmond June 11th, 13th. Registration is now available at sportable.org. The event is open to all levels of competitors, including first-time players in 4 divisions and junior division. The matches will be hosted by the Collegiate School's William Ballatieri Tennis Center at its Robbins campus. Today's Henrico News Minute is brought to you by Henrico County, which is asking you, how do you want to hear from the county? Visit publicinput.com/Henrico News to take a brief survey.